Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. We have Kansas coming up Saturday at 6:30, the prime time game in the prime time slot for the Jayhawks of Kansas. And as we prep for it, we have the preview show plus our Sooner Stumper. Here it is. It says, in 2004, Kansas came and took an individual from the Oklahoma staff. Who was it that they took? Here's the hint, is that he actually helped OU back onto the winning track. He was on the staff from 1999 to 2001 and was actually the offensive coordinator after Leach left in 2000 and 2001. Who is this individual? You'll find out next. Plus, we'll preview the Kansas Jayhawks. Coming up next, Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. Welcome back to the show, Sooner fans. My name's Harry James. Let's start the preview show with our Sooner Stumper. And it is, in 2004, the University of Kansas Jayhawks. We're going to play Saturday in Norman for senior night. Came and took an individual off of the coaching staff from Oklahoma. We need to know who this individual was. Your Sooner hint was that he helped OU get back on track, actually, and was on the coaching staff from 1999 to 2001, and he was the offensive coordinator once Mike Leach left for Texas Tech from 2000 and 2001 for those 2 years. That individual, Mark Mangino, the former head coach there at Kansas. And speaking of Kansas, we'll play Kansas for senior night at Oklahoma. Where is the Oklahoma Memorial Stadium? November 17th, Saturday. But it will be on National Fox, and the game will be on at 6:30 in the evening, 6:30 p.m. on prime time football. The primetime game will be on National Fox, but we don't yet know the commentators for the ball game. We'll know that by tomorrow, around noon-ish is when they come out with that information. That's also when Lincoln Riley and company has their weekly press conference. But the local OU radio crew, always the same, including from Sports Talk 1400, my close and personal friend Toby Rowland, up in the main play-by-play booth. Along with him, also from Sports Talk 1400, Teddy Lehman. Now, former color analyst Merv Johnson still is on the call. He's a color analyst correspondent. Taking the place on the sidelines from Sports Talk 1400, Chris Plank, the Plankster, also from 1400. And replacing Teddy on the sidelines, Big Gabe Eichert, the former Bishop McGuinness star and Oklahoma offensive lineman. And you can currently hear him on 107.7 The Franchise or 107.9 if you're out in Tulsa. All right, that's the game info. What about the series information? Well, they've played 108 times, have the Sooners and the Jayhawks. And just like Kansas owns the owns the basketball series, Oklahoma owns the football series with a pretty significant advantage. Because in 108 games, Oklahoma is a combined 75, 27, and 6. That is about a 72% winning clip for the Sooners. The Jayhawks last won the series, a game in the series. That was back in 1997. Even before Stoops got here, Kansas came into Norman and won 20-17. But once that happened, the Sooners never let up in the series. That does include a 51-3 victory last year in Lawrence in 2017. Some call this the Baker Mayfield game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go look it up. Speaking of Baker Mayfield, his former team, the Oklahoma Sooners, are in their second year under the leadership of Lincoln Riley. Coach Riley is a former quarterback for Tech. He was out there in 2002 as a quarterback, but was pulled from the quarterback room and put as a student assistant from 2003, 04, and 05. And as we talked about, Coach Riley in his second season in charge of the Sooners. Now, in his first full year at Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley was a combined 12-2. That's an 85.7% winning percentage. The 12-2 record does include an 8-1 conference record from last year, and they finished first in the Big 12 Conference. The Oklahoma Sooners then qualified for their bowl, the Rose Bowl, part of the college football playoff, but they lost it by a combined 6 points. A 54-48 loss to Georgia in double overtime, sending Coach Riley's bowl record to 0-1, a 0% winning clip. But that's the bad side. The good side, what about all the championships and the divisional championships that Stoops and Riley have combined for since 2000? A ton of them. You ready for this? Stoops's include division championships. We'll start there. 2000, 02, 03, 04, 06, 07, 08, and 2010 with Stoops. All as South Division champions. Now, after hiring Lincoln Riley in 2017, Oklahoma got back and finished as the number 1 seed for the Big 12 Conference Championship with the division. Oh, well, I guess that's not really a division, just as the number 1 seed. But you know what? Nobody cares about number 1 seeds and division titles. Particularly these millennials. What they care about is the rings. What you have to show for it. And Stoops and Riley combined have plenty to show for it. Stoops by himself, get this, conference championships, 2000, 02, 04, 06, 07, 08, 2010, 2012. That's it, baby. Brought in the new OC, Lincoln Riley. And behind Riley, got one in 2015 and 2016. And Riley by himself got one in 2017. And they're on their way for 2018. But they're not quite there yet. But so far, that's 11 conference championships. To get there in 2018, at least a divisional championship, all they have to do is finish the hurdle and either beat Kansas or West Virginia, and they'll qualify. But how did they get to this point to where they can qualify for another one? Well, they did it with a 9-1 record, 6-1 in league play. It started off against Florida Atlantic in Norman, 63-14. They then popped UCLA pretty good, 49-21. They then got revenge over the one conference loss they had last year, and Lincoln Riley's only conference loss last year, only conference loss period. Iowa State got revenge over it, 31-21 in Ames. By the way, Brock Purdy did not play in that ball game. Back to the season in review. They then got the best of Army, 28-21. They won that one in overtime. They then doubled up Baylor, getting back on track to scoring 50 points a game. Got it 66-33. They then had their one hiccup They had it in Dallas the first time around, losing to Texas 48-45 at the Texas State Fair. Then the Sooners got back on the winning track, winning at TCU 2 weeks later, 52-27. They then held off Kansas State 51-24. They then really held off Texas Tech in Lubbock. At Tech got that one 51-46. And last night, yesterday afternoon, held off the Cowboys, the Pokes again. Oklahoma won it this time by a point after, 48-47, win for Oklahoma. The other half of the coin, the Kansas Jayhawks. Their head coach, David Beatty. By the way, he is on his way out. But they're going to let him finish the year, David Beatty. In fact, they're going to let him finish his 4th year at Kansas. He's a 1993 grad from Linwood University. This was actually his first and only job in college, big-time college football, 2015 to present. No bowl record to speak of. And overall record, 3-33. That's just an 8% winning percentage. In 2017, finished 1-11, 0-9 in league play, did Kansas. They do have a divisional title in the Stoops era. They got it with the aforementioned Mark Mangino in charge. They didn't win the conference. They did not win the North Division. They just won a share of the division championship in 2008. Missouri is actually the team that qualified, and actually, we got them pretty good. Right there, baby. 38-17, got them in. San Antonio did the University of Oklahoma get the number 1 ranked Missouri Tigers at the time. 2018, though, 3-7 for David Beatty. 1-6 in Big 12 play. And it all started first game of the season against Nicholls State. They were actually in this game for quite a bit until a game-winning field goal by Nicholls State. 26-23 lost there to start it off. They did get back on the right track here for 2 games. At Central Michigan, got them 31-7. And then they popped Rutgers pretty good, 55-14. Then the losses started coming again. At Baylor, 26-7. Against Oklahoma State, 58-28. Against West Virginia, 38-22. And at Texas Tech, 48-16. Then, finally, they then did get that one conference victory. They got it over TCU by and after PAT. Speaking of PAT wins, they do have one over Oklahoma has one and Kansas has one. They have it over Texas Christian, 27-26. But that feel-good winning feeling did not last in Lawrence. They lost the next 2 at Iowa State, 27-3. Loss. And they lost in Manhattan yesterday, 21-17 in the Little Apple to Kansas State. Alright, guys, that'll do it. That's a wrap for the preview. Next week, we'll preview West Virginia. That's right, the Mountaineers of West Virginia. We'll hold out there, be ready to go for a Thursday night tilt between the Sooners and the Mountaineers. Alright, guys, till that preview, my name's Harry James. You can catch this and all my other previews on the YouTube. YouTube is Boomer Sooner 1982. You can find it on my Facebook account, Harry James Taylor, or I'll tweet them out at Hype Man Harry. Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm out of here. See ya.